Yay! Okay, so game is starting between FXOpTiKzErO and vVvNgry. Terran versus Protoss here on Metalopolis. We have red versus pink. OpTiKzErO really likes his pink colors. And we're going to see how things shape up here. We've seen this map a lot lately in the streams. And oh, these guys spawning not in cross positions this time. However, these positions are fairly good for a long macro game as well. However, again, they could also be used for very short game, especially if the Terran player decides to go for Banshees. And there we go. So, taking a look at the APM tab, 12 APM currently from our friend and our recent champion, vVvNgry. He did take the last game off Cole Anti-Mage very decisively. And we're going to see how things shape up here in this game. I keep saying shake up instead of shape up. I'm ready to shake up some smoothies. Anyways. And nothing too exciting going on right now. Of course, you guys probably know these two players as we've been streaming them all day now. Or not all day, for like an hour. But yeah, these guys have been showing some really great play. Now they're meeting in round 6 here in the US Craftcup, and of course it is a best of 1, so they're gonna have to give it their all in just one game and showcase what they are made of. Barracks coming down for our Terran players. Same thing with the gateway, and looks like OpTiKzErO. Which way is he scouting? Oh man, he's scouting directly cross map and then to the 12 o'clock position, if I saw that right, with the rally point. And I have to say, this is a pattern that I've seen OpTiKzErO do a lot. He likes to scout cross map instead of the regular positions. And on the other hand, looks like Ngry is going to scout OpTiKzErO straight away. Going to see nothing too crazy going on. We haven't seen a lot of cheese coming in here in the UF Craftcup. However, having streamed these for many weeks, the Craftcup is notorious for just having not very cheesy games, because of course it is a best of 1. You don't really want to cheese that hard in a best of 1, of course. Anyways, so it looks like OpTiKzErO is finally gonna move up into the base of Ngry. Gonna see what's up. Gonna get met by this one Marine though. Marine not gonna be able to block. Oh, unfortunately for that. OpTiKzErO is gonna move in and gonna see everything. We've seen some pro juking action from OpTiKzErO in the past games, just juking around the smoke and just messing up the Marines. Looks like he's doing that once again. Gonna move right into the smoke. Let's see if this probe can actually get out. Oh, he's doing the same exact thing, and Ngry is very confused. He's like, where is that probe? I'm just gonna wait for it to come out, for it to come to me. And oh, juking action going on. Oh wow, look at this. Marine's so confused. No. Oh no, probe got a little bit too excited running in and out of the smoke, and gonna get picked off right there. Meanwhile, SUV slowly working on the shields of the pylon of OpTiKzErO. It looks like we have some Swedish speakers there in the chat room. Always awesome to see the international crowd. And of course, Ghost Gamers is a very European-based website, so I'm not very surprised. Shout out to Sweden. And meanwhile, Stalker gonna pick off this SCV right there in exchange for that probe that got picked off by the Marine. Stalker's gotta be really careful though. I can't believe how far he's engaging. He's moving up the ramp with the Stalker, because there's this mass of forces can easily pick off this one lonely Stalker from OpTiKzErO. And we have the first observer now coming in for our lovely pink Protoss player. This pylon right here is going to help OpTiKzErO warp in stuff below the ramp later on. It's going to help a lot. Second gateway now going down. Third gateway. Meanwhile, it looks like Ngry is going to set up his natural expansion. Stalkers is a boss. Definitely is a boss. Because where did that Stalker go? There we go. That's man, this Stalker likes danger. Daredevil Stalker right here, coming up against this army. This guy stands no chance. And oh man, I have to say OpTiKzErO is in a little bit of a precarious position right now. He's only got 2 sentries. He's got to keep up the force fields very nicely. Oh, Stalker! Oh man, Stalker barely escapes with his life. But I have to say again, FXOpTiKzErO's got to keep up this force field. He's got to get a stock sentry in right now. He's got to know he can't let these forces into his base. That would be horrible. Immortal now popping out. Oh, he did let the forces. Oh, nice force field there. Unfortunate for Angry. I got to say a little bit bad play there. He just kept his units on the rep. He didn't move them in or move them out, and that's what happens when you do that versus a Protoss player with sentries. You're going to get your army just split in half. So very well defended by FXOpTiKzErO. However, I think a little bit more of a mistake from Angry there. And we have the robotics facility going down for our lovely pink Protoss player, as well as this natural expansion. And it looks like Angry is getting up his orbital command center. And as well as this mule. Both players just sort of setting up after that, a little bit of engagement. FXOpTiKzErO, I have to say, is really light in terms of troops right now. He's got to watch it though. He's almost supply cap. Got to get a pylon out ASAP. There we go. That pylon just finished. Gonna stop him from being supply cap. Missile turret going down in the front as well, making sure observers don't have complete free reign over the map. Factories going down for our Terran player. Just gonna move straight up the tech tree now that it is about 8 minutes 30 seconds into the game. It's about time he moves up. And we have our first Colossus now almost being made out on the field, about 3/4 of the way done. Earlier transfer from these probes, so some of these guys are actually gonna go back. A little bit mistimed there from our friend FXOpTiKzErO. And both players just sort of dancing around each other right now, just trying to get a feel of where each player is at before deciding to commit too much. I don't think Angry is going to do too much with this roaming force. Neither is in a position to really do a lot of damage to the other. Okay, so Forge now going down for FXOpTiKzErO, as well as the 4th gateway and the Colossus. And on our Terran player side, looks like he's going to stick with mainly medic Marine Marauder plus a couple siege tanks in the back. Of course, you do need those siege tanks or Vikings, especially against the Colossus. I think Vikings are a slightly better choice just because those Immortals just eat tanks alive. But that's the route that our Terran player decides to go for. We're going to see how well that works out for him in the next coming battle. Of course, when you see something like this, not a lot of crazy action going on minute by minute, and when both players are just sort of setting things up, it usually takes one battle to sort of decide the outcome of the game. Oh, nice scan going off on the army of FXOpTiKzErO. So FXOpTiKzErO is completely revealed as to his tech patterns and his unit composition. Okay, so meanwhile, nothing too crazy going on, I have to say. 3rd base going down for FXOpTiKzErO. I mean, both players, like I said, dancing across each other. Are we going to see some action here? Oh, there we go. There's some action. Finally, probe on SCV engagement in the middle of the map. And this is actually one of the most exciting things that has happened in the last, I would say, 5 minutes of this game. Oh, the Marine's going to come in, going to save this SCV. That Marine is this SCV's best friend.